A barbecue restaurant with just ribs, I don't know if it's been proven yet. We thought that it could be a really cool idea, and it gives us a chance to just be really creative. On a perfect tray of barbecue, the ribs should be kind of that sweet or tangy kind of change of pace from the rest of the meats. We wanted a quicker, faster way to serve really good barbecue. It's a rib-only place. I thought it'd make sense to just be called Ribbies. So Ribbies isn't our first restaurant together. We actually have another restaurant together called Goldees. It is Texas Monthly's #1 barbecue restaurant in the state. It was created by 5 friends. We got together after working at a bunch of restaurants in Austin and all over the state of Texas really, and opened a place together in Kennedale. And we thought it'd be a really fun experience for us. And it just so happened that we were really good at it and got #1. The concept of Ribbies is totally different from Goldees. Goldees is your classic Central Texas tray of barbecue with brisket ribs, turkey sausage, pork belly. But for Ribbies, this is just gonna be kind of like box combos. You get like 4 or 5 ribs, French fries, coleslaw, and a homemade bread roll. And it's just a lot quicker service. Before Ribbies, this place was another barbecue place. Before that, it was a Mediterranean place. And before that, it was a Sonic. I found this place on Facebook Marketplace for rent, and I came and checked it out. I thought the building looked extremely cool. The landlords, they were also running a barbecue place at the time. They were like looking to retire basically. They knew about Goldees and they were like, oh, y'all would kill it. So they basically left me all their stuff, and at that point, it was hard to say no. Ribbies is located in South Fort Worth. When people come through Fort Worth, they should be expecting some of the best barbecue in the state. I think it really is pretty dense here with great barbecue. Right now, Ribbies is open Thursday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. So we're just prepping pretty much Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Here at Ribbies, we are doing baby back ribs only and beef back ribs, but neither one of those are very popular on Central Texas barbecue menus. At Goldees, we do the spare ribs, and you see that way more often. But here, we're bringing the baby backs back. The baby backs tend to be a little bit more meatier too. So that's why we kind of went with the baby backs.
So what is the seasoning exactly?
It's just our seasoned salt.
So how many ribs you got out here?
Today, we're gonna be doing 100 racks, 90 baby back ribs, and 10 of the beef back ribs. And this is pretty much what we've been doing every single day.
Do you have to go like lighter or heavier since these are like baby back ribs?
I go a little bit lighter, and you'll see later on why. We do this again on the board when we're cutting them. So like every one of them gets touched up with like fresh seasoning and sauce. This right here really is just for some color. And then the beef backs, we can't fit a normal rack of beef ribs in the box, you know, and they're all different sizes, so they're kind of weird. But the beef backs tend to be similar sized and a little bit smaller, so they fit in the box better. It's like this bone and this bone to go together, and it kind of just keeps going till the middle. And that way you get the biggest bone with the smallest bone, and then you get like 2 medium-sized bones in the middle. It kind of all works out. For the beef back ribs, it is a different rub. All we do is just 50-50 salt and pepper. That's all those kind of need. So, and then we don't put anything extra on them, so we just slice them and put them in the box.
Dang, these are some pretty big beef back ribs. Where'd you get them from?
Our brand. They're nice, so they're like nice.
Yeah, they leave quite a bit of meat on it compared to like you go to Costco or Walmart and get beef back ribs.
Did I ever consider opening this with the offset? Absolutely not. You're watching me load up 100 racks of ribs on one single smoker. Obviously, I couldn't do that on an offset. For me, it just felt like a no-brainer to open this place with a rotisserie. Let them all in. Here at Ribbies, we're using a 1,000-gallon M&M rotisserie. So at Goldees, we have the 2,000-gallon, and it's about almost twice the size. Here we have the smaller version. Maybe should have got the 2,000 for here too, but I thought it would be a little bit more chill. But the M&M rotisserie is great because you do still have to build like good fires. You still have to watch the fires. There is still like technique to it because there is no gas assist or anything like that. I'm still very involved in the cook. So that's why I like the M&M so much, because it just feels like all it is a wood-fired rotisserie, which we love, and we love them, and it's been great for Goldees and for Ribbies. Wednesdays right now, it's me, Lane, Jalen. I've known Jalen and Lane since I was probably in 3rd grade. We just hung out every day. And then we all moved to Austin together. And we lived in the same house together for like years and years and years. So it's been cool. It's been cool. Running a barbecue place with your friends is freaking hard, but you gotta really be freaking like good friends. We get in our fights and they can get pretty ugly, but with the last couple years with Goldee's being successful and now we have this next restaurant, it's been smooth sailing. I guess it's more when things are going rough, it can get kind of dicey, but when things start going good, it doesn't really matter. Like things are going good, so you know, why fight? Like let's just keep doing what we're doing, what we're good at, which is just making good food.
You like that picture?
Oh, yeah.
Wednesdays, we prep the coleslaw dressing. I won't put it on the menu, and I think it would shy a lot of people away, but I don't think you would notice unless I said it, but it is like a honey mustard coleslaw dressing. But it's mainly, you know, really creamy, sweet from the honey, and you just get a little bit of that tang from the mustard. Pretty good. I'm rocking with that. we would cook some ribs and put the honey mustard like coleslaw dressing on them, and we actually did really like it. The coleslaw dressing can be used as a sauce for the ribs. The process for the rolls is very similar to Goldee's. It's the exact same recipe we use over there. All we do is we make the dough, we let it rise, cut it up, and prep it into little dough balls instead of doing the bread loaves. You're just pinching the bottom, you're not really pinching the top. Bam.
Don't record me not pinching, right?
You're fine. Okay, flip it upside down. Now, it's just, and then pinch the bottom, and then put it in the thing.
Better, right?
Yeah, that was better.
It was better.
So we're at, I think, as far as our rolls versus like Goldee's bread, honestly, I like them both. I think I like the rolls a little bit better because we put a little bit of honey on top. Just add a little bit more sweetness.
So they're done? They're like...
I think the top racks are done, but the bottom racks aren't quite there. The higher rack just tends to cook faster than the bottom rack. But I mean, the bottom rack's not too far off. You can see it has pretty similar color, but it's just not like as high in temp. This is looking pretty good. So my barbecue story kind of started at La Barbecue. That was my first barbecue job. I was working there with Dylan. Dylan was cooking and I was cutting. We were both fairly new to it. We were just trying to get better at it together. Then I went over to Valentina's and worked with Miguel and cooked the briskets over there for a while and did a whole lot of prep stuff. And then we opened Goldee's. You know, when you own your own place, you're able to do whatever you want. So we really got into it and started doing a whole lot of new techniques that, you know, we hadn't seen anyone ever do before, but we thought would work really well.
Ribbies is more on Johnny's concept. So basically, like, we've gone through the fun at Goldee's where, like, you're kind of, like, pretty much cruising, you know? So, like, lately I've been coming, like, last week we came, like, Monday through Wednesday, you know? And then Doughty just kind of tells us what's going on. We've had service at Goldee's and Jam would leave and he'd come over here at nighttime and help Doughty out with whatever he needed. The stuff on the lower rack, since heat rises, when it gets to the top of the rotisserie, these things don't cook as hot. So we're gonna bump up the heat just to finish the rest of those guys off. And then we'll just put them in a warmer overnight and just hold them at temperature. And then tomorrow they're ready to eat.
What I think makes a perfect rib is I am really looking for a certain texture, not quite fall off the bone, but not sticking to the bone. Somewhere in between that, and we're looking for just a lot of flavor because they really are just a blank canvas and you get to be as creative as you want with them. The flavor profile for the rib rub here is just kind of simple, but there's a lot, we do a couple different rubs here.
And this right here is the Goldee seasoned salt.
Yeah, it's the base is the Goldee seasoned salt. And then we'll add some sugar, paprika, just a little bit of this. And then just a little bit of chili powder. So yeah, I mean, the Goldee's seasoned salt is obviously really good. And then we just, you know, add some new flavors to it, like a little bit of sweet, a little bit of spicy, and that's the original rub. And our spicy rub is like us adding chili powder, cayenne, red pepper flakes to the seasoned salt. So it's super chill, but it does, I mean, it just makes it better. And eventually one day I'd like to bottle these different rubs. This is the Goldee sauce that we use at Goldee's and in our bottles of rubs. that you can buy at, at Goldie's or on Walmart or online. So we just use it as the base for these sauces that we do here. This is gonna be the hot honey. Right now we only have the sweet sauce and the hot honey sauce. I really, really like both of them, but I think I like the hot honey a little bit more because we already made a banger barbecue sauce. So now all we have to do is add different stuff. I swear people are gonna be like, dude, just putting honey in everything. So right now I'm kind of up here getting Ribbies set and running, training our staff. At Goldie's, Lane and Jalen are holding it down.
We're working pretty much Monday through Sunday right now, so we work over at Ribbies kind of during the week, sometimes on the weekends, but we still got Goldies to take care of too, so we're still open Friday through Sunday, so yeah.
So one of us is always here, and then Johnny will keep coming back and forth too.
Like, how do you keep the fun in it, working two places?
Real sad.
That's yeah.
We're usually just cracking jokes, goofing around.
I feel like, it gives us something new to do too.
Yeah.
I mean, working at Goldie's kind of got into a routine of doing the same thing over and over again, so it is fun doing something new.
Jalen and Lane are co-owners with me for Goldie's and for Ribbies. We're 3 very capable owners, and we can kind of switch around whenever we want. Like any week, this could be Jalen or Lane and vice versa. Cleanliness is really the most important thing at a restaurant. People will eat at a restaurant that serves bad food. They'll eat at a restaurant that has like bad customer service, but you'll never see people eating at a place that they know is like gross. You know what I'm saying? So what's most important for a restaurant, it's always number 1, cleanliness, and then it's food, customer service. But you really can't be lazy on cleaning.
I've been busy all day, huh?
Superstar.
Like, it's just a cabin log style fire, and then it'll light up and go. I don't close it all the way, I just kind of like that, and then leave a little bit of airflow. It'll burn right through. Once it's cold again, I come back out here and do it. So, not too bad. Thursdays, that's when we're getting our week started. We got a lot of prep to do in the morning. So they kind of have to set up the front of house, set up the kitchen, bake some bread, put the ribs on. Basically, I had them scheduled 4 days in a row for 10 hours. And they get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. And that's pretty much the exact same schedule I have over at Goldie's. I think the ideal schedule for the world. I don't have a manager or GM. It's just me and my employees. So they just kind of report to me. The vibe should be like all the stress of this place falls onto me and not to them. And they don't have to like ever handle a stressful interaction with the customer or a stressful lunch service. I handle those situations so that they can always just kind of work in a good environment.
Simple mix. Cabbage. Carrots.
How you like the honey mustard on the coleslaw?
Not many people know about that. I grew up eating it like this. Closest thing to KFC coleslaw you're gonna get.
Once you prep the coleslaw and you bake the bread, the ribs are already cooked from the day before, so they're already in the warmer, so they're ready to go. And then lunch hits, that's usually our busiest time of the day is lunch. The general customer base for Ribbies right now is just kind of like mainly people from the neighborhood around here and people that know us from Goldie's. Some barbecue enthusiasts have come by to just to check it out. So that's kind of how it's been so far.
Anyone like extra side sauces with it or anything like that?
No, just like
you could have. Yeah, 2164.
I think fries just go well with baby back ribs. We knew from the start that fries were always gonna be a part of this box. The seasoning, I don't know if it makes them unique, but it makes them really yummy. These are great French fries. Obviously, you can't get whatever potatoes McDonald's is using, so we couldn't use those. First, you get a little bit of ice cream. And then you get the Big Red. Our desserts are root beer float, Big Red float, and like a cup of soft serve. I love root beer floats. I want to have it on the menu, and I do think it goes really well with the box. So that's kind of why we have those.
They're beautiful, man. Beautiful. Pretty
Really nice and soft. Okay.
That's just straight rub on there.
So the flavors we have here at Ribbies are the number one, which is the original Ribbies, which is just our dry rub. Then the number two is the sweet ribs. You'll pour the sweet sauce on the ribs and you'll put a little bit more dry rub on top of that too as well. The number three is the spicy dry rub. So that's my like personal favorite. Like I love the spicy dry rub. It's really, really good. And then the number four is the hot honey. Again, we just sauce it, add a little bit more rub on top, and then we serve it. And the beef back ribs, which are just salt and pepper. As time goes on, we'll add new flavors and new sauces and a bunch of different stuff to this menu. You put the fries in the top right corner, then you put 4 to 5 ribs in the bottom right corner. You put the coleslaw in the top left corner and the bread roll at the end. You get to see so many people happy and trying your food and saying the food is good. It's been really, really great with Goldees and for Ribbies like these past few years. That's kind of what makes it all worth it, that, you know, that we have such a great support system and so many people that like really, really like what we do, you know.